Yay, we're live. I'm live. I think I'm live. welcome to another Wednesday night live stream at Pink's Garage. How's everybody doing? Good to have you all here. Whoever's here, somebody's here. Could be me. Maybe that's me it's seeing. I don't know. Hey, Zach, how's it going? It's hot in here. Ugh. Well, it's been another week. Not much going on this week so far. Just going to work every day, coming home and doing whatever. Tomorrow I'm going to have to start cutting the front yard. I'm going to do it with a push mower because anything heavier than that is going to sink into the ground. The backyard is still too wet and it's going to rain Friday. So that's the way it goes with this yard. It's horrible, but I got to get that front yard cut. It's the weeds are growing way too fast. It's mostly weeds. It's hardly any grass, just weeds. I should probably really, hey, what's up, Barbecue Mike? I should probably really get out there with some weed and feed or something, but I don't have any, and it's just heavy. I can't lift heavy stuff. But yeah, still no work done on the car yet. I haven't done anything else to the truck yet. Hoping, excuse me, maybe this weekend I'll get in there and try and get that snow's covered the ground here. Oh, I'm sorry, Nate, that sucks. No snow here. It was like 74 today. I think I'll try and get the truck back in this weekend or do it outside, either one. Try and get that compression test done again. Hopefully this time I can get the threads in the hole, and I can get the coil pack and the spark plug out of the way, no problem. Just can't get the sorry about that. I can't get the compression tester threaded in, but I'll try it again. All I can do. Try again. Oh, so yeah, it's just been a slow week. Been busy at work, but not doing anything more than like 8-hour days. So hey, Bama, how's it going? Let's see there. Anyway, oh God, I am like, I don't know why. As soon as the stream started, I start getting tired. I just started yawning. For what reason, I don't know. I mean, I slept plenty last night. Now I can't seem. Eyes are watering, yawning, whole thing, and it's hot in here. I don't know why it's so hot. It's down to 63 outside though. It's starting to cool off finally, but it was, well, it says 65 on my phone. It's only supposed to get down into the 50s tonight, I think. Or oh no, it's supposed to get down to 44. But it's supposed to be 74 again tomorrow, and cloudy, partly cloudy. And then on Friday, rain, of course. I'm not the only one, but getting tired all of a sudden. I was doing fine. It was fine until as soon as the live started, it just hit me. Once I start, it's hard to stop. So, yes, and I am still using the cup I brought home from the hospital because the damn thing works great for water. Holds a lot. And I drink about 2 of these a day. Part for the dishwasher. My dishwasher is me, so, and I'm broken anyway. Can't find parts. So I've been having I don't know if y'all remember it, a week ago or so. I went and had an injection done on my back. I think that was last Monday. Not this past Monday, but the Monday before. I had an injection done to try and help the pain in my leg, the nerve pain and everything. And unfortunately, it got worse. And I called my doctor today. Oh, got the 68 fired up to make adjustments tomorrow, but it's running. Hey, that's great. 100-ounce mug just for water. Yeah, I tell you, I go through a lot of water. And if I found out though, if my blood sugar goes high, I drink more water. I guess that's just one of the things. But so, oh God, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought.
Blood sugar.
No, before that. Oh, what was it? Oh, geez, my brain's fried. I don't remember nothing. Somebody remind me what I was saying before I saw that Bama got a 68 fired up. Oh, my back, doctor. Thank you, Barbecue Mike. I am just that bad. So I called my doctor today, and they got back to me really quickly though. I mean, within like an hour, which is very quick for them, and let me know that unfortunately, what's up, Salty? Unfortunately, that it can take up to 2 weeks for it to help, and it can make it worse before it gets better, is what they tell me after I get it done. This isn't what they tell me before I get it done. So I don't know what to believe or not. So I'm just going to give it time and see what happens. Got them to renew the prescription so I can at least live with it. It bugs me more at night than or I guess in the early morning it bothers me too when I first get to work. It's pretty bad. But that's pretty early in the morning. I just dive into work and it takes my mind off of it, which I've got a lot to do tomorrow morning, so that'll be easy. So yeah, the plan is to try and get the compression test done on the truck this week. Hopefully figure something out with that. I'm hoping it holds compression and then I can just change an injector and it be fine. But yeah, like my wife says, my luck, that's not going to happen. What's up, Karma? How's it going? And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm still ready to get back to work on my cars, but I can't. One thing I do need to do is I need to get one of my old small what is it, trailer hitches out. The to put in my receiver on my truck, since the one from my old truck will not fit this truck because it's way too big. Hey, Barbecue Mike asked, how you doing?
Oh,
yeah, you.
A miserable mess.
She's a miserable mess, is what she said. She's not happy.
20 pounds.
She's lost 20 pounds in what, 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, and don't have it to lose.
Yeah, and she doesn't really have it to lose. She's having some issues, not being able to eat very well.
And the cut that they did.
Oh yeah, infected cut. And have they even given you anything for the infection yet?
No, they got blood work.
Yeah, they did blood work, but they haven't given her anything yet. Carmob said hello.
Oh, hey guys.
Yeah, they heard you, so once they hear you, you're done.
Hi everybody. Yeah, I'm done.
You're done.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to join the live stream, you can, and just keep your camera off. You're fine. I know it's you.
I'm watching this.
Okay, she's watching TV in the other room. Zach said hello, and Carmob said sorry to hear.
Like.
And she says it's light, and yeah, it is. It's like I'm dealing with my issues. She's dealing with hers. Hopefully, we both get better. I'm really hoping she gets better. I'd rather her get better before me. But yeah, I'm what, December? So it was like mid-December when I had surgery. So is it January, February, March? It's been what, 3 months in a 6-month healing. So I'm only about halfway done with the healing part of my back, and it shows. It hurts, but I'm able to do a little bit more every now and then, but not a lot. Tomorrow is going to be the test. I'm going to try and cut the grass out front with the push mower. It's electric. It does have self-propel, but it's not an easy front yard to cut. It's a pain in the ass, actually. It's not that it's big. It's just not easy. It's not smooth. It's not flat. It's, yeah, the falling apart chat. Yes, that is it. Welcome to being older. Age is my worst enemy, and it's not for the weak. It is not. And I'm weak. I'm very weak. Oh, God. I needed to cut grass a week ago. The backyard needs cut so bad, but it is so wet out there. If I even tried to take the push mower out there, it would sink in. I can't walk out there without sinking in. It's that bad. My backyard is horrible. It is the worst backyard I have ever had. Worst yard I've ever had for the way it just gets wet and stays that way. It's horrible. Yeah, down here, all my neighbors have been cutting grass like within the last week easily. A lot of cutting grass going on. They cut our grass at work 2 weeks ago. Or, yeah, 2 weeks ago. But that place doesn't have a drainage issue, and it's fairly firm, so they could cut it with a big lawnmower, no problem. Wait till I get your age. Oh, I don't know that I'm going to make it, Bama. What are you? How old are you again, Bama? But but Bama, you're in better shape than I am, so I don't know. Oh wow, 16 hours. I wish. I can't. I would love to be able to sleep more than like 6 hours, 7 at the most. I want to. Oh, 60. Yeah, yeah. You're what is that? 7 years older than me, almost. Six and little over, almost 7. Pulling a muscle, wiping my ass, like oh yeah, yeah. That's not far from the truth for me right now, Salty. So I don't want to hear about it. But it's because of my back. I can't bend. I can't move. Yeah, just stretching everywhere. I hear myself creak when I bend forward like this. I can hear my back creak a little bit. It makes a weird noise. Live on Monday, 5K on YouTube. Only 13 subs to go. Congratulations. I'm surprised that I have still been gaining subs without putting anything out lately. Not many, just a few, but like 13. I I don't know if it's going to continue or not, but I'm gaining subs off of old videos and some newer ones, but mostly old ones. So it astounds me that before I couldn't gain subs for nothing when I had few subs. So yeah, I'm almost at 1,800. I'm well, not almost today. I'm over halfway to 1,800. How's that? From 1,700. I'm at 1,769. But last month I was at 1,750 something, and I haven't really put anything out. I've had a couple of live streams, which don't usually get me subs. I've had a couple of shorts, which that one short, got me. I think the one short for the tonneau cover got me like 3 subs, which is weird. But mostly I get them from the long tube install and the Beaver uh, um, spring compressor. I can't wait, man. I'll be looking for that post. So hopefully, when I do some work, I'll try and set a camera up to do the compression test stuff. But who knows? Um, I really don't like editing videos now. So now I like to go and do things and just do them in one shot. So I may just try and get it all, if I can get it screwed in before I start videoing, and then just video the actual compression test itself. Oh, congratulations, Zach. 100 is actually a milestone. Was for me when I made my first 100. It took a while. I've been really slow. I look at some of these. I see some of these channels that have like 18 videos in 2 years, and they have over 300,000 subs, and I'm like, how? Why? How does that work? Mm. I don't know. Don't care. It's just I don't care in the fact that I don't have that many. I just want to understand how it works, what it is, what are they doing that works so well. Had a guy in my short with a crash car running. Had a guy in my short with my crash car running. Said luckily it wasn't a hatchback. That ass. Oh well, what an ass. Yeah, whatever. I see. I get people saying stuff that I don't like all the time, and if I feel like it'll block certain ones, automatically. Wish I had a channel I could have filmed how to rebuild a Duramax front end today. Pure misery. But you had a channel. Pure misery. Yeah, a Duramax front end. Yeah. Uh, yeah. People say some really just stupid and horrible stuff, and I ignore them. I delete them, or I just don't let them bother me. I'm like, you guys have no idea. I mean, like, yeah, but I mean, I agree. At least it wasn't a hatchback. I'm kidding. I actually prefer the notchbacks. I do. I've never, no, I've owned one notchback, but the problem was it was in such bad shape. Um, it wasn't worth my time to try and fix at the time. I actually like the notchbacks. I'd really love to get an old notchback, but I ain't got the money or time for it. Yeah, stupid comments just happen. There's people out on the internet that's all they're so miserable in their own lives. They can't say anything nice to anybody. That's all it is. Um, so I just or they just like I get comments. I get comments sometimes from the Chevy only people that think Fords are all bad for no reason other than Ford. And they get the stupidest comments. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I like Chevys. I, I've had them on my channel. I used to own a Silverado. If when I was looking for my new truck, if I had found a Silverado better than what I have, I probably would have bought a 5.3 Silverado 1500 because I really liked it. The last one I had was I just got such a good deal. I never would have, you know, it was a really good truck with super super low mileage and very well taken care of. Like I beat on it in the time I had it more than that original owner did the entire, 10 plus years he owned it. A convertible Mustang. Yeah, no thanks. I am not a fan. I'm not I'm not a fan of convertibles. I'm not a fan of convertible Mustangs or any muscle car for that matter. Except for the old 50s Corvettes. I do like those. Um, nothing wrong with it. It was too short. Yeah, and I do like certain convertibles like Miatas. I like Miatas. I'm not gonna lie. I like Miatas. I like the old MGs, the old Spitfires. I used to own them. Little cars like that were made to be convertibles. Those I don't mind. But like a Mustang, a Camaro, I don't want a convertible. You know, give some dumb offer on my GTR. Oh, his live was late last night. I almost missed it. I was only in there for about half an hour. Um, if any of you want to join me up on this live stream, be my guest. I think I pinned the comment or the link, and I think I have a dog that wants something. Yeah. What do you want? You need something? She's very um, demanding. Yeah, his battery was dying. That's right. You were down to what, 4% when you got off, or 3%? Hi, Blue. Can I help you? Is it Blue is in my face again? Right here, kinda. I like dang near everything except Jeeps. They hate me. I don't mind Jeeps even, but it's got to be a certain Jeep. I don't like all Jeeps. I like older Jeeps. Um, I like CJs, the old CJ sevens, the old Wranglers. What was that? Not the FJ, the one before the FJ. Um, I'm still debating if I want to go for my lazy ass to go outside to smoke and join the panel. Oh, okay. Information on the car. And he said it's a low mileage V8, and he sent me pictures. I told him he was a fool because it's a V6, not a V8. I'm stupid, but not that stupid. Yeah, I know. I love when people try and tell you it's a V8 and it's not. Unless, of course, they've swapped engines into a V6 body, but that's ridiculous because it's a lot of work. And if it had pictures of the engine, you would know it's not a V8. What? I think my dog wants to go out, so I'm going to let her out. I'll be right back. Yeah. They just wanted to go out there and sit in the cold and hot. So, yeah. She just wanted to go outside because it's cooler out there and she gets really hot. Like me. Yeah, he went live at about 11:30 left. It was pretty late. I know that. But I was up later than I thought. I was up past midnight last night. But I was up at 5:45 I think this morning. And salty. I just got my ass up out of the chair and back. And it hurt, but I did it. So no, I'm really wanting to get that truck pressure testing done, and I'd like to do a video on it. But like I said, I don't think I'm gonna video trying to get the hose screwed in because it was such a pain. The brakes went out on my Dakota as I was driving. Oh, that's not good. That's never good. We'll be live again on Monday, 7 Eastern. 6 my time. That's early. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't. I'll try and be there, but if I'm watching TV with my wife, probably not. It's, we get a couple hours in the evening to watch TV together before she goes to the bedroom, and I sit out here and watch YouTube because I don't really have many shows I watch that I'd watch without her. But it'll be good to see you on live again. So, well, we know. So we'll try and make space for it. If I'm now after cutting the grass tomorrow, I may not be able to walk. So who knows? Um, I will say that I think if I can get the lawnmower out of the shed, then we're doing good because it's kind of a pain to get it out. It's folded up against the wall right now, which is the nice thing about electric lawnmowers. You can fold them up flat, put them up against the wall, and you don't have to worry about anything leaking out of them. I really do like that. If I had a way to do it, I'd hang it, but I don't really need to. It gets out of the way plenty. But I really kind of need to weed eat tomorrow too, and I think weed eating would really hurt me. You know, that having the weed eater out like that, I think just that hurts my back normally. So I don't know. We'll see. I got my back brace. I could still use that. I got to figure out where I put it because I put it away when I was told to stop wearing it. But maybe tomorrow I'll find it and put it on to help me while I'm doing the lawn. That might be a good idea. I'm glad you guys thought of it. Thanks. I have a zero turn as well. That's not the one I'm using in the front yard tomorrow because it would sink in too hard. It's still too wet out. The ground is. And yeah, that sits in front of the lawnmower that's folded up against the wall. They wouldn't sit in the same spot if the one wasn't up against the wall. So I actually have to move it out to be able to unfold it because the zero turns right next to it. But it's a crappy zero turn. It's a little cheap Craftsman I got from Lowe's. So, and when I say cheap, it wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than any of the other good ones I really wanted. But I wasn't willing to spend over $5,000. I wish I had because they have much better drive systems on them and better tires. And they work better. Who's wet all the time? Yeah, that's. I hate this yard. I really do. I wish there was a way to fix it, but I think I would have to go into the backyard and the front yard both and dig them down like 10 feet and then refill the, put gravel in and then refill it with good dirt and then redo everything. And that would include my septic drain system and everything. But I believe there is an underground like creek running under my yard in the back because that area it takes literally 2 weeks of 80 plus degree weather in the summertime with the sun beating down on it for it to dry out enough for me not to sink in. I have Forrest Gump lawnmower for the backyard and a walk behind for the front. Forrest Gump. Oh, the just a regular old riding lawnmower. That's right. I should have just bought a regular riding lawnmower. It would have been fine for my yard. Would have been cheaper too. Just not as comfortable. I think that's why I went with the zero turn is it is more comfortable to sit on a zero turn. At least all the ones I looked at. But it's supposed to snow on Friday. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here. Again, let's see, rain and yeah, our weather's already turned warm again. We went through a freeze like was it Tuesday morning? I woke up, it was 20 something outside. It was freezing. Our high on Monday was like 40. I hope it passes you too, because I know you've had some nice weather too. You've had the GTR out. Um, see, what's it supposed to be here on Friday? Friday's only supposed to get up to 63, but on Saturday or Sunday, and I think it's Sunday, it's supposed to be 70, and I think it's one of the 2 days. It's only 61 on Saturday, but I think it's Sunday. Let me look this up. I might be getting some more shorts because they're doing a tested tune this weekend. And if it runs, I'll go and watch and get video. Hopefully, some people show up so that I can get some more video. And let's see, I just got to look up Jake Strikes. Let's see, what do we got? Friday is it? Oh, it's Friday. Oh crap! I might not be able to make it. It's Friday's going to rain. It ain't going to happen. They changed it. Saturday, Asphalt Hero Streetcar Open Invitational and Open TNT. So Saturday may actually happen, and Sunday is a Node Prep top 10 list finals. So let's see. I might make one of those days. I'll see how it looks and how I'm feeling because I have stuff I need to get done too. But yeah, Saturday the Streetcar Open Invitational might be fun. That'd be one I wouldn't mind. They canceled. Yeah, so they canceled 3 days ago. They canceled the TNT because the track was still seeping. So I don't know if Saturday is going to happen. Even we'll see. Hopefully, I can get some video though. I'd love to get out there. None of my cars are running, but I can go out there and I can video, and I can get some shorts or some videos of drag racing again, and just watch racing again because I love watching racing. But I will be taking a chair and I will be sitting down for most of it because I just can't stand. Um, I just can't stand for that long. It hurts too much. So I'm hoping to get some video of cars this weekend, and then at the end of the month, I think we got we have a 3-day weekend, but if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the month is the JJ DeBoss runs. And I think I'm going to go to that. I'm going to park there on Friday night on the side of the track, get a good spot, leave, and then come back the next day and watch the racing and have a really good spot to get video from. And for that, I take my truck and drop it off there. Just leave it backed up to the racing. Let's see. Unless it gets canceled due to rain, because I think it's supposed to rain again next week. Trying to find the info. Yep, it's JJ's arm drop is on the 29th and 30th. And that is a 3-day weekend for me. So yeah, the 29th, I don't have to work. But yeah, that would work because that's Easter weekend. So we have Good Friday off. Works for me. Oh, sorry about that. I was looking at my phone, Salty.
What's up?
Sorry, I was looking at my phone trying to read stuff. But yeah, the JJ arm drop is on Easter Sunday or Easter weekend. And if I can get the spot that I paid for, and get the spot I want right by the starting line, that'd be a good spot to video from. Even though I'll be videoing from the side because I'm not going to get in that crowd that happens at the start line. It's just too crazy for me. And I can't get jostled around and move that well, and I can't stand for that long. But I do love watching the racing. I'm just not much of a arm drop racer myself. Not anymore. I prefer the tree. Per tree, sportsman tree, either one. Doesn't matter.
Flashlight.
What's that?
Said flashlight.
That's the same as arm drop, flashlight.
No, you can anticipate an arm drop. You can't anticipate a flashlight.
I can't anticipate an arm drop either.
Because you
I'm
can watch.
really slow on the lights now anymore, so it doesn't matter. Hey, what's up, T? I've been looking.
What's up,
I've been looking
TS?
online lately. At TH400 upgrades, and I don't have $9,000, so it's not going to happen.
And say, yeah, they're not cheap.
Oh my God! I mean, even for the cheap one that's rated for like 800 horse or 850 horse, which is a little bit low for mine, that's 7,000 without any upgrade options on it whatsoever.
You're better off selling the car and building something else.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying, before I'd spend $9,000, I'd sell the damn car.
I'm not getting rid of my car.
I'd sell it before I paid $9,000 for a swap.
Oh yeah,
I'd sell the car and build something else.
So here's what would happen: before I paid $9,000, I'd turn it back into a daily driver. I love that car. I really do. And if I have to, I'll just take the Whipple off of it and sell that, and just turn it into a daily driver again. Take all the mods off of it, and just make it a nice running car again, because it's still a comfy car to sit in. Soggy but good time. Yeah. I've been to fundraisers and stuff, and I've been to drag strips on the Soggy Times, but they weren't drag racing. They were doing other kinds of racing, and I think it was a horse thing, and they were doing like training on how to actually drive, and it worked out perfectly because they didn't have to put water down because they were doing some wet weather driving technique.
Proline, was that you? Was posting those pictures of Phoenix drag strip? Did you actually go to Phoenix City? Go to drag strip? I thought you were banned from that place. I seen the pictures you were posting of the sign and track and stuff like that. So I thought you told me one time that you were banned from that place. What's up, boss man?
Hey, boss man, what's up? Hey, Dale, welcome.
What's up, Dale? What's up, barbecue chicken? I mean, I'm talking about Mike.
Oh, well, you gotta say barbecue chicken. That makes me want barbecue chicken. Tomorrow we're doing smoked wings tomorrow at work. We're grilling. We're doing some smoked wings on the smoker at work. I
No,
was asked to bring chips, so I'm bringing chips. I bought some tonight at the store. I got like 4 different flavors, just regular stuff, nothing fancy, just your basics.
I went on Amazon today and found Funky some more chips, so he's gonna have another delivery that he don't know is coming.
Oh, I found those chips. I need to get some. I found them. I can buy them. The Voodoo chips. I need to buy a bag and send them to Salty or to Funky.
Yeah, no,
So
I stopped. I found him 4 more bags. I'm gonna send him 4 more.
Popeyes chicken for dinner. Oh, I haven't had Popeye. You know, I was really disappointed the last time I went to Popeyes. Their sides have gotten so small. Like their small sides have gotten teeny. They're not
Damn,
even
their
worth.
their larges are
They're like
small.
they're like exactly like their small sides are like a cup this big around, about yay deep of red beans and rice. It was ridiculous. 3 bites and it was gone. And
I
I'm
thought,
not exaggerating. I
dude,
ate
I
three
went there
bites
last
and there
week.
was nothing left.
I went there last week. If I remember right, I think I was on the phone with Bama when I was going through the drive-through, and I got an 8-piece chicken meal, 2 sides, 4 biscuits. That motherfucker was $32.
Oh, and the biscuits are so small now. They're like half size, and I love their biscuits. Their
And I
biscuits
was
still
like,
taste good
32
though.
bucks for an 8-piece. I'm like, golly, what the fuck
I
y'all
was
do?
gonna say, Mob, their chicken sandwiches are fire. I do love their chicken sandwiches. They're
Yeah, but
I I
ain't
prefer
nobody's better than
theirs.
Chick-fil-A.
If
Chick
I prefer theirs over Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A still the bomb.
No, I personally prefer the flavor of the Popeyes one over Chick-fil-A. But I will say that years ago, Burger King had one that blew them both away, but
Tell
they
you,
don't
I
have it anymore.
still the best fish sandwich in the business still to this day, and I don't eat there, but it's still McDonald's because that's all I ever get when I go there.
I
Their fish
actually just
sandwiches are
had
the
one
fucking
not too
bomb.
long ago when they did the buy one get one for $1,
I love their
and
fucking fish sandwiches.
and they 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 were actually still pretty good. They put too much tartar sauce on it for me, but
See, that's
my
me.
my wife loves the tartar when she gets hers, but I
Hmm
don't like a lot. I like it very light.
I like
But
tartar sauce and cheese on mine.
my wife made some tilapia, fried some tilapia tonight and it was really good.
Nah, I did
But
a 3 cheese baked spaghetti tonight. It was really good.
I agree, Mob. I prefer Popeyes over Chick-fil-A. I like because I like the flavor. I like the spicy. Their spicy is and even their non-spicy flavor is better in my opinion. I'm not saying Chick-fil-A is bad. I like Chick-fil-A. I just prefer Popeyes. Here, I probably eat more slim chickens than either because they're close. Um, I don't. Chick-fil-A is well. Chick-fil-A is not that far away. I actually went there not too long ago.
Shit, Chick-fil-A's not
Uh,
cheap anymore. Them motherfuckers are
uh,
high as hell.
I never said cheap. I said distance.
Dude, I remember when you used to be able to go to Chick-fil-A and get a damn chicken sandwich for $1.50. You ain't doing that
Until
shit no
they
more.
got popular,
Oh, they've always been popular. This is where it started down here for
they
us.
haven't
So they've
been
always
like
been popular for us.
the popularity they have now is way different than it was when I first started. When I first started going to Chick-fil-A, it was up in like Michigan area because they didn't have them anywhere. A lot of other places where I lived in Washington at the time, we didn't have Chick-fil-A then, and you could go to Chick-fil-A, the place was empty. You know, at lunchtime it'd be busy, yes, because everybody, the workers, had all come in to go get food, and that's when we'd go in usually. But it didn't have like the double lines going around the building. They didn't have people standing outside taking your order back then. It
Oh,
was a
no, no,
different
no.
place.
Well, they didn't start that standing outside taking your order bullshit till the pandemic started. Yeah, at least not around
Jack's,
here.
when you say Jack's, you're talking like Jack's, not Jack in the Box, right?
And you said something a second ago, Dales. I've never tried a Arby's fish sandwich. So
Me either.
I,
I didn't know they
I,
had them.
I didn't either. I have never tried one. He just said they were really good,
I
but
get a
I've never
chicken
tried one.
sandwich McDonald's. I minus the mayo and get the hot mustard or the honey mustard and hot mustard are the best on that thing.
Ooh.
You are right. Chicken and biscuits.
Oh, chicken and biscuit.
I will say I have found years ago. I used to love going to Dairy Queen to get their chicken with gravy, their fried chicken strips with gravy and fries. So good.
Oh,
But
it's
now
still good. It's still good.
Slim Chickens blows them away. But
It's still good.
yeah, we got Jack's all over the place here. I miss Jack in the Box for certain things they have, but Jack's is really good and their chickens Their fried chicken is excellent. Like their regular fried chicken, not the sandwiches or anything. Their fried chicken is good. I've had their breakfast is really good. Now they have bologna. They make a bologna biscuit, and the bologna is literally a quarter-inch thick on it. It's crazy. Dairy Queen
Yeah,
makes a good burger.
I'll tell you another place that makes a good burger too, and that's Checkers. I like Checkers hamburgers. I love Checkers fries.
God, we got new Checkers around here. Checker, I'm surprised they're still. I remember when I was stationed here, I knew somebody who worked for Checkers in corporate, and they at the time, this is back in '94, they were worried about the job because the place was going under. And I remember I was in Washington, and when they built the super mall, they were building a Checkers there, and then all of a sudden it just stopped being built. It never got finished. It did get finished eventually, but it became like a Burger King, I think. I haven't been to Checkers since probably 1994.
Yeah, I agree, Carmob. Checkers fries are the bomb.
Well, I'm a
Yeah,
steak and
only
shake
if
kind of
only if
guy,
they're
so
fresh. Only if they're fresh. You can't let them sit because for some reason seems like the longer they sit, the greasier they get.
that is any fry. Come on. Oh, if you want greasy on the outset, the fresh ones, you can go to Dick's in Seattle. They're greasy from the outset, but I
Oh
love
no,
them.
no, no! I don't
Why?
want the grease. That's the thing. I don't want the grease. I
They're
like them fresh.
they're not icky greasy. They just look greasy. They're not. They're never crispy, but they're tasty. And yeah, I always eat them with tartar sauce. So because they have
Nah,
a really
Checkers,
good tartar sauce.
Checkers, Dale's here. Checkers is only a drive-through restaurant or a walk up to the window. They don't have. You can't go inside and dine. It's just an outside thing.
Yeah, I don't think we have a Checkers around here.
Central
I
Park
haven't
used to be
looked.
the
There
bomb
used to
though.
be one. There used to be, well, not here, but I know there used to be one in Huntsville. There probably
Yeah,
still is.
Central Park used to be the bomb before they closed it down. Holy fuck, Central Park was a bomb. God Almighty, their food was so good.
Central Park,
Fuck it, hey, their food was awesome.
Big Boofer.
But the damn old man down here that ran this one or owned it or whatever, I don't know. It might have been a franchise or whatever. But when he
Yeah,
died, they closed it up. They never even opened it
I
up
think
after.
they are. I think they are. They're sort of. I'm actually not sure if they're an actual franchise. I don't know if they're independently owned or not.
I don't
I
know,
don't
but
know.
I only knew of one Central Park, and that was the one that was in Griffin, Georgia. I've never seen another Central Park anywhere else. But God Almighty, their food was so good. Holy shit, their food was the bomb.
A&W. Oh, we had. I used to love. So I used to go to A&W. We had an old drive-in A&W, like the where you drive in, they come out and take your they do your order and somebody brings you your food. We had one by my work at my old job when I first started there, and I used to love going there, and then it closed down. I was so sad. Um, and then they opened it up as like some kind of Chinese and teriyaki burger place or some teriyaki burger place. That place lasted about 6 months, if that. And then it opened up as a Mediterranean food place. Oh my God, that place is still in business today, and it has changed so much. It's all dine in. It's got plenty of parking because it's the old, they got rid of all the order boards, but um, they turned the dining room into a dining room, like fancied it up and everything. And originally it was like you went up to the counter and order, and then they'd call you and you'd grab your food. Now, last I was there, which has been over 2 years now, they had waiters and waitresses, and they'd sit you at a seat, and then they'd wait. It was and the food there was phenomenal. And if you like Mediterranean food, I thought it was amazing. And I've had Mediterranean food in the Mediterranean, so it it was really good food.
Proline,
So
I've never ate a Whataburger before or a Jack's or a
I've ate
Checkout. I've
Whataburger,
never ate at neither
Jack's,
one of those restaurants.
Cookout. Oh, I haven't been to Cookout in a while. Last time I was out, I just got some chili dogs, and they were great. Uh, no Whataburger in Michigan. I don't think we have one down here either. I think I got to go west a little bit to get to a Whataburger, but I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I like Whataburger. Everybody like wants to compare one to the other, and I'm like, they all have their pluses and minuses. Every one of them.
Every
You have
restaurant's got their
a
pluses and
a
minuses.
lot of times the favorites are based on your locality and what was there first.
Golden
You
Corral
know,
used to be really good now, but fuck, you couldn't pay
oh,
me to eat that shithole.
I won't go to any of those places anymore. People are nasty and they don't watch their kids. And the restaurants don't watch what they're doing either. There is still a decent, because we went not too long ago, all you can eat buffet here that I went with my wife for somebody's birthday, and it was ran decently and it was fairly clean and I really enjoyed it. And what's up, Mike?
Hi guys.
Hey, oh, and did you see how Funky got me in his last video?
How did he get you in his last video?
Yeah, I
Oh, with
seen
the
it and I
bus bar
died ass
thing.
laughing too.
Okay, I understand that's what some people call them, or bus bars. To me, those are distribution blocks, and that's what they are called, is distribution blocks. But Amazon is written by mostly Chinese people, so
It's not. He didn't only post pictures of Amazon. He posted
that was
pictures of
all.
eBay too, and
Yeah,
it was on
And
eBay as a bus bar.
they're
And
the
Just
you can
same
go,
because.
thing.
hey,
Okay,
and you can
I
get,
went
you
to
can go to
McMaster.
AutoZone, you can go to
So I went.
Vans, you can go to
Listen,
Riley's, you
listen
can
to
go to
me.
Napa, and they're all called
Hey,
bus bars.
just because they call them a bus bar doesn't make it right.
They're
Well, I'm
selling
sorry,
different
All
but
I
I'm
things.
said
sorry, but
was I didn't.
every single one of those places cannot be wrong. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
they
they
can
cannot
be.
be.
Oh,
No, they
yes,
can't.
they can be.
I
I said
disagree
they
with that.
could be. You're on my live stream, so yes, they can be. So I was looking on
Well, I can
McMaster
fucking
Car,
fix
and
that.
it called on
I was
McMaster
waiting
Car.
for the response.
Oh, it was a joke, Salty. Oh my God. So I went to McMaster Car, and they called them distribution blocks, sometimes known as bus bars. He didn't even let me get to that part. He just, just left. He
There's
wants to
a
get upset too quickly.
uh,
I let the ribbing come. I didn't say anything bad about it.
there's a
I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny with all the different pictures you showed.
yeah. I
But
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
uh it's just his
It,
last video. It's pretty good though. Good video.
I'll have to check it out. Hey Dale. Um. Hey Victor. Um. Yeah, man. To be honest, I wake up, I do my work. If I have a break from work, I'm working in the shop. I eat dinner and I go out in the shop and I work till like 10:30 at night. Um,
Yeah.
that's that is my life right now.
I,
Salty reached out to me and sent me a text that you were live because and I just gotten off the ladder because I'm like I'm freaking tired and
oh,
I really shouldn't be on the top of the ladder when I'm this tired. So I'm like, all
no,
right,
you
I'm gonna
shouldn't
get
be.
down. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Salty, if you're still in here, come on back. I was just ribbing you, man. That's all it was. I thought it was funny. I was trying to get to the point where the place that I go to calls them bus bars too.
It's the same thing.
I was wrong. Okay. I'm willing to admit that. I'm just used to bus bars being the solid pieces of copper you use to get power from one place to another. Anything else I call a distribution block.
What upsets people, Pinks, and we all do this, because I've upset a few people. If I say something and I come across as it's definitive, like this is the only way to do something, it's the only
Yeah,
thing. People people
I'm
get
set in my ways.
people get upset about that, but I do that too. I think I pissed
I
off.
do it too. I'm horrible about it. I'm bad about it. It's one of my worst qualities. One of my worst qualities. It really is. And I can't help it. I try and stop myself, but I can't. I mean, I guess I could, but usually I'm
Nobody's
drinking when I do these things. Um, so I don't
nobody's
have that.
perfect. My worst thing, and I just did it right now, is I tend to talk over people. And I'm
It's fine.
not good at judging gaps on when I should speak. I'm very bad at that. So if you see me and I kind of like I'll say something and then I'll stop and then I'll kind of say something and then Salty or someone will say, Mike, I think you were trying to chime up. Because I don't know how to judge the breaks. I've been my entire life have been horrible at that. But
Okay, so
that's my biggest thing.
it's really hard to do, especially when you're in a forum like this where you have like more than two people. Um, it makes it harder.
So, well, in work and meetings, I do that all the time too, and I don't
I
mean
do
to
too.
do it on purpose. But getting nerdy for a second, I'm very, very bad at the TCP handshake. Sin, synac, ack. So I just, I sin flood people.
That, that's a good way to do it.
But it's not a, but we all got, um, things that, that we do. That's my biggest thing. And I'm sure everybody's got, theirs. The
Yeah,
other thing that I have issues with, which is probably as big as not judging gaps well, is I will talk about something and it will come across as boasting when I don't mean it to come across that way. I'm just talking about something. But
oh, you mean like how good you are with those tube amps and all? I love
sure.
those tube amps. Those things are awesome.
Oh, I love tube amps. But
I love your garage tour was awesome. Long video like that did not bother me at all. I love seeing it all and hearing about it all. And like I said, I want to come play arcade with you. And when you get it all set up, it looks awesome.
it's getting there. But I struggle with what to say and what not to say in things because um, I'm very fortunate. I work crazy hours, but I'm very fortunate, and I don't want to come across as being a shithead.
You worked hard
So,
for what you have. I don't care. Um,
but it's
I'm
still
looking.
something
The
that I
only thing,
struggle with.
the only thing I saw that was kind of an issue with that is where you put your mini split in the chill room because of where you're going to
Mhm.
put your screen for your projector.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put the mini split higher up. That was my goal. Two
Mm,
things. First thing is Mr. Cole said for the ceiling height that I have, you want to do 8 feet. Normally, you want to do 7 feet. So I'm like, crap. The second thing is I only had a certain amount of cable for the hosing, and that's that issue
I
that I
thought you were
talked
going to put it
about
on the other
before.
wall. I thought you were going to put it on the wall opposite your door.
No, no, because the reason why I wanted it there is I can open up the double doors and blow hot or cold air into the shop and
Right.
use it
I,
as a
I get
second
that.
unit.
I get that.
That was the reason for that. But but I have a screen that's a portable screen,
Yeah.
and I may do that, or what I might do is build a bracket that extends out further than the AC, and then just when I go to use it, you'd have to put the AC on low. You know what I mean? Because it would be
Yeah.
blowing
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
screen.
Turn the fan down.
That would be the way to do it. But I was thinking about just a portable screen. When I need it, I can just kind of put it up because
I was
that's
I,
what I have right now.
I was really surprised you went with that thin 1/4 inch stuff too. I thought you were going with the hard foam.
Um, I was
Cost.
gonna do the hard foam first, the 2 inch, and then put this stuff up on top.
Right.
And the way that the budget is right now, I don't want to. I've used what's in my shop fund, and I don't want to take out of my emergency fund to fund a project that it wasn't meant for.
Okay. I get it. That's what I figured it was, is because I know that what you bought is way cheaper than the other stuff. Um, I know that, but the other stuff can give you an R13 value. That's the thing. And I think eventually, maybe over the years, you might change it, and you're not putting walls up, correct?
Not putting walls up,
Right.
except
So
for
I think
like
over the
maybe
years you can always add to it and make it more insulated as you need.
I can
But
add
yeah,
to it. And from what I've read with this stuff, if I get the same stuff, I can double layer it with an air gap in between. The R value goes to the roof.
right. Oh, if you have the double air gap,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Because the other thing too that I need to worry about is soundproofing, in which having the double air gap will kind of, fix that issue. But it's just fun. It's like with the bathroom, why I had to do with the tank and the portable sink and all that. It's under $1,000, but I'm looking at everything and I'm like, okay, I could either do the bathroom really nice the way that I want to do it in one lift, or I could have two lifts and chintz down in the bathroom. And all of this is when you're doing it, you gotta, okay, what's most important? All right. If I have a car up in the air and it's a project car and say it's gonna sit for a little bit up in the air, I don't want to have to drop it down, push it out to work on something else.
Exactly.
So I mean, but I've got 100 grand in the shop.
Oh
And
God.
once again,
No.
I'm not saying that boasting or any crap like
Oh
that.
no, no.
It's just, it, it's, it's a
That's a
lot
lot.
more than what I thought it would
That's a
be.
lot.
But
Oh, I wish I could do that, but I couldn't even put one up like that here because I got nowhere to put it.
well,
You know.
it's your power lines.
Yep.
It wasn't for that. I mean, I saw your backyard. That's
I
a
have plenty
beautiful
of
piece of
room. Yes,
property.
you're correct. Room wise, I got it. Um, Power lines kind of stopped me, and then the ground's easy fix, sweetie. Um, yeah, yeah, but it would cost me definitely 100 grand easily to put that size shop up here if I didn't have power lines running over because the ground for one is horrible and I'd have to like reinforce underneath it. I'd have to, the concrete pour would be a little bit more expensive because of the prep that would have to be required.
Uh, I get it.
And
I get
then
it.
the driveway to it, you know. Oh,
You got
nice.
you got the driveway, and with you would do the electric yourself. You would probably do your AC yourself because you've done that
Oh,
before.
if I
Uh,
could still right now, yes.
how is
I'm going to
that
show this,
anyway?
Bama. Is that okay?
Let me go to the chat. Let me see.
I'm just going to show the picture. Oh, I turned my camera off. I meant to do full screen. This is the picture. It's coming together.
Oop, let me.
Yeah, I need a lot of gravel and sand. Yep. Well, it's not like getting, it won't focus on it for some reason. But you can see it. He's got something started. Oh, I just removed myself. Okay, I'm back. And looks like we lost Mike. Looks like Mike got lost when he went to check the chat. Or did I kick him out? I didn't mean to if I did. Oh, there he's back.
Sorry about that. That was me. I went to look at the
You
picture, or went to look at chat, and then I went to flip back, and I bounced myself.
are you where are you? Oh, you're are you in the chill room right now?
No, I'm in the shop
You're in
right
the main.
now.
Okay, that was the garage doors I was saying. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you
I do
what.
like how you made the you put the dimmer on your spotlights.
Yeah, so I could adjust it. So tonight was running all the different lines going across to the outlets, and I put in a couple outlets up there.
Oh, nice.
Um,
I got a question. Have you had your stereo running yet in the other room?
no, because I have to keep moving everything to do the insulation, and now I got the insulation taped, but I've got the very top to do, and then I have the ceiling to
Right.
do. So there's no, don't try
Oh, you
to.
got some taping done?
Yeah,
You got the taping done? So it probably looks a little bit smoother now.
it's
Or
still bubbled.
oh, it's
Um,
gonna happen. It's like a cloth.
well, no, I want it to bubble because otherwise I don't have an
Right.
air gap.
Right.
But it's tape wall. I found really good 4-inch tape.
Is that the white
Um,
stuff? The white
yeah,
dot?
Yeah, it's not duct tape. It's specifically made
That's what I thought.
for fiberboard and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's super sticky and it's pressure sensitive adhesive. So when you put it in place and you try to remove it, the actual vinyl tape, which is, I think it's 13 millimeters, tears because it's
Uh,
stuck so well. So once it's up, I don't have to worry about it, but I could always put another layer on, and it's
yeah.
still going to be cheaper doing it this way.
Hey, have a good evening, Mom. Go
Hey,
enjoy your
Carmel,
movie.
you have a good one, sir.
I just know that I know this, even though you're not pushing a lot of wattage, you've got clips subs, and one of the subs you have, I think I have the exact same one, your smaller one.
The 10?
Um,
Yeah.
um, it's gonna rattle those metal walls. It really
Um,
will. If you put any kind of bass through it, it'll rattle those walls.
I'm sure, and that's why I got to seal up this room a little bit better than
Yeah,
than the
but
shop.
but I'm just saying, you've got clips, and oh my God, those things are beautiful. I love the gold cones on them. The copper cones, those things are so nice looking. I once almost did that. I ended up not buying the clips. I have the sub, which the sub I bought years ago for, I mean, like years ago. I've had this sub for a good 15 years or more,
Hmm.
maybe actually longer than that, 20 years. I've had to replace the amp board on it once because it burned out,
Right.
which cost me $45 at the time to get it from Clips, a replacement part. Um, but I've had this thing forever, and I bought it at a pawn shop for $100
That's not
when it
bad.
was practically brand new.
That's not
And the
bad.
thing still works. It's upstairs in the garage. It's upstairs. I haven't used it forever. Down here, I just have the bar, the Samsung bar with the subwoofer, which works fine for this living room. It's
Yep.
not very big. Sometimes I miss the big stereo, the Yamaha with the multiple Bose speakers, a clip sub, and what are my other ones? I have some other ones, and I can't think of the name of them right now.
I
Polk Audio. I got some Polk towers that are really sweet, but
the
they're
nice.
not clips. They're not clips. They're not nearly as efficient.
I'd love to get Wharfdales, and I'd also like to get Martin Logan's.
Logans, where
Yeah.
do you find those? I haven't seen those in forever.
You can look on Facebook Marketplace and find a pair used for like $1,000.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
still pretty. That's still a pretty good price for Logans if you can find ones that aren't totally destroyed. I've seen people trying to sell destroyed ones, and it's just like, really?
yeah, I mean, you got to put some power through it to make to make it sound, and they don't have much low end. Those would be nice. I and this is just stuff that I'll never have, but I'm just talking. That would be cool. The other thing that I would love to have are JBL 4520s.
Oh,
So the
oh yeah. Who wouldn't love to
4520s,
have those?
the double 15 folded horns
Yes.
with the
Yeah,
scoop.
those are awesome. Who wouldn't love to have those? Those are nice.
That
Martin Logans are really good speakers, Mike. Um, they're an audiophile speaker. You have to put a lot of power into them, but they sound phenomenal.
they
I've
sound
heard them
good.
twice in my life that I've been to somebody's house who had them, and they were
They're,
powered by tube amps too at the time. What's up,
the
Brailsford?
the other which would be cool would be the Clips horns. The old
Oh,
ones, the corner horns that sit in the corner, and they've got the
yes,
15
the
inch
ones that are
driver.
about yay tall.
I knew
I
someone
I
that had a
remember
pair.
I used to love going into the PX because they always had clip horns in their upgrade room. Back when I couldn't afford nothing, I made $1,000 a month. These things were like a couple $1,000s a piece back then. This is in the
Yep.
90s, and the Clips horn has not changed much over the years because it was just such a good speaker, and it still is. They don't
So
make them
efficient.
anymore. They don't make
No,
them anymore, do they?
they still make them. Yes, they
Do
do.
they still make them?
Oh, they've
They
gone up in price.
Oh, I'm sure they have. Um, But my God, I'd sit there and have them turn it up and listen and just listen to just anything I wanted to, and they'd play it for me if they had it. Because this is back in the day where they had to use either CDs or a
Yep.
cassette tape even to play this stuff because it wasn't digital at the time. But or even we had one they had an LP. They had some old stuff on like some Led Zeppelin on LP and this PX where I'd just sit there for an hour and just listen to an album on the Klipsch horns along with some other Klipsch speakers, and it was just amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
the heresies are nice as well. Not as
yeah.
expensive, but still expensive. Um, yeah,
Um,
I love audio stuff. I don't want to be a consumer buying all this stuff.
no, it's
I-
so expensive. The stuff I want costs so much money that I don't have it.
yeah,
If I had that kind of money, I'd have a nicer house and a yard that was nicer. I wouldn't have that speakers because I could easily spend a couple $100,000 on the stereo I want. On the stereo I really, really want. Um, I was
it,
saddened when Macintosh moved their operations out of Washington, so they're no longer being U.S. made.
what I wish is, and that's the trap that we all get in, is that the more money that we make, the more crap that we buy, and the more
Oh,
lifestyle, that it goes up. Could you imagine? Let's just say you're making 50K a year, and I remember when I got into IT, I was making less than that. But just to take that, what you had for a standard of living, and then as your career progresses, keep the same standard of living and invest everything.
if I had done that, I'd have been smart. But my standard of living and my is not much more than that 50 grand a year now, because I took a huge. I lost a lot of money to move here.
I lost a lot of money doing stupid things. I've gone bankrupt before. I had a
No,
business.
no, I mean changing jobs and moving to
Yeah, I
Alabama.
know,
I
I
took
know.
a huge, massive, way more than I thought.
But I've
Especially
lost.
since prices here went up so much. And in fact, my mortgage just went up $100, $110 a month this month
How? You got a
because
jumbo?
insurance went up.
Oh,
Because my insurance went up,
got it.
so it's all escrow money.
Got
My
it.
insurance went up, and they still have in their minds that I still have to pay property taxes, and I don't. Although my property taxes when I moved in were 125 a year, and the next year they went up to 400 and something. Um, the jump that's a huge jump, but I don't owe that anymore. I don't have to pay it anymore because of my wife's Social Security.
Right.
Um, because she doesn't get anything from them, but because she is fully disabled now,
Right.
we don't have to pay property taxes in this state. And because we homesteaded, there were only 400 some. If I didn't homestead, they'd be way more. They'd be like 1,200 plus easily. Um, but that's nothing. I mean, I was paying over 4,000 a year at my old house. So,
Yeah.
um,
I was
but
about
different.
double that, unfortunately. It's
Yeah,
Illinois.
yeah. What down there?
No, in
In
Illinois when I was,
oh,
yeah,
in Illinois,
it
yeah,
was
yeah. In
way different.
Washington, it was well. You probably had a bigger than a 900 square foot house.
Wasn't that big? I mean, it was 2,100. It's not.
I had 900 square feet on
And you're
a
paying 4 grand. Well,
0.17
then we were
acre.
we were paying the same amount then
Yeah,
per
pretty
square
much.
feet.
Pretty much. Um, yeah, Washington's rather expensive for taxes, but they don't have an income tax, which we have here. I have an income tax I'm not used to paying, and as I've done my taxes, I owe both federal and state this year somehow, even though
Oh,
I'm claiming zero. I don't know how that works. When
so
there's two of us living here and I'm claiming zero on a married filing jointly with only one income.
so I owe a bunch this year, and my work kind of screwed up the W-2. So I'm trying to get that corrected so I can actually
Oh,
file. Um, but the but on the amount that I really should be paying, which is what I will pay, it's quite a bit. And the reason why I bring that up is I actually got a penalty for not paying enough throughout the year because of the amount that I owed.
Really? See, that's
Yep.
BS. A penalty. As long as you
Yep.
pay it at the end of the year, there should be no penalty. Yeah,
Well,
I love how the government works. It's a little magic. It's kind of bullshit. You know, whatever happened to no taxation without representation? Because we definitely don't have representation. Not
did you
directly anymore.
did you
We
know
don't.
that most countries don't have a true middle class? And
Uh, America's getting that way, so yeah.
well, we're actually moving towards it, not having one, but we used to have one, and it's kind of interesting and very sad how that it's disappearing with not only the tax but the cost of things going up.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
because the middle class, what is screwing them is their consumers. Instead of investing, we're consuming, and we're the ones that are paying the penalty of the inflation.
Yeah, I've tried to stop the consumption, but I do have to eat. So,
Well, no, no, no,
um,
no. This is true, but I'm just saying buying shit. I know I buy a
oh,
lot
I
of
have
shit,
too
and
much
I should
stuff. That's
stop that.
true. I have 5 cars. I should not have 5 cars. There's only 2 of us that live here. My wife barely ever drives, but she has 2 cars. I'm driving one of them right now because 2 of my cars are broken.
Hey T, how you doing, sir?
What, what's going on, everybody?
Oh,
We
not
are
much. Just
we are talking.
bitching about life.
Oh, I tell you, I went to the dollar store, and had 2 bags and spent $63 at the dollar store.
And you bought 5 things, right?
Yeah, like 7 things, but it's just ridiculous.
Did
Hey,
you
that's a
know
good
that?
thing, Mike. That's a good thing for you, barbecue, Mike.
Did you know that I was reading this week, last week? It's either a dollar store or Dollar General. The English General, but Dollar Store had similar stuff. Dollar General is closing over the next few years, close to 1,000 stores, and it's because of the price of goods have come up. And this is what's sad is that the low to medium income folks that go there that buy stuff, they have to be more choosy with what that you buy. So when you
Well,
look at the economy and everybody's saying, "Oh, the economy's great and everything's good and the stock market's going up,"
Whatever.
even though it's only 7 companies that are leading the stock market and everything else is down, but
Exactly.
they're full of it because when you go to the dollar store, you go to Dollar General, and you have to be choosy on what that you buy.
uh-huh.
That's how the economy is.
Yeah, they
Let's
are.
just say all of
They're,
my investments right now are down. Every one of them.
Oh, you know about one of the ones that I'm in, and you have an idea of what I keep on buying more into it. Which is
Yeah,
fucking
well,
stupid.
as long as it was low, it's not a bad idea to buy into it because I did too. I bought more too. Um,
This winter
so,
coming up is supposed to be much worse than last one, and
God,
it's
it needs
going.
to be.
Oh, if it goes up, I'll be a happy man. I'll be a
I
very
just need
happy
it to
man.
go up, somewhat. Up above where it was when I initially bought in would be nice.
You bought it a while ago, so that's got a ways.
Yeah, well, I think it was 38. Well, be, before it did the reverse split. When it did the reverse split, it was about $35 to $36 after the 1 to 20.
Right.
So if it would get up to that point, I'd be even again. Actually, I'd be above even because I bought some when it was really low. When it got down to like 12, I bought more. Might not have been quite 12, 13 or 12. It was way lower than it is now.
Right. Right
I,
now
I bought
it's about 15 and my
14
average.
something
Yeah.
aftermarket.
Yeah. My buy-in for my second stash is 18 and my first one was 60.
Yeah.
So,
Well, when I first
but
bought in, it was cheap comparatively because it was 20 times the amount of shares for a lower price. What's up, Sublime?
again. Okay.
Why can I not? Oh man, I can't remember my login for Coinbase. Damn it.
what's up, Mr. Blizzy? Yeah, I just talked to a man tonight. I'm going to take some of my not that I'm loaded or rich, but I'm going to take some of my money out of the actual bank and I'm buying gold.
Yeah, I've never known gold to be a huge bad investment. There was a time that it did drop really bad. That was
Yeah,
about 5 to 7 years ago, somewhere in there.
yeah,
It
yeah. It
dropped a
came.
little, but it's bounced back, and
Yeah,
it always does. But gold's not as hard to find as it used to be. There's a lot more
right.
gold out there than people thought.
That's because of the show Gold Miners on Discovery Channel.
No, it has nothing to do with gold miners on Discovery Channel.
So
There's
precious
just
metals are interesting. So silver might go up more than gold. And the reason being is gold isn't really used so much in industrial, even though it's a better conductor than silver.
Yeah,
It's used very little for it. So whatever gold has been mined, the majority of it is still there.
yep.
It's used for jewelry and everything else. That's going to kind of cap it. And there's a ratio, the gold and silver ratio between the two. Right now, it's really out of whack. Silver has a better chance of having a big jump than gold
Hmm.
is, even though they're both good. Silver has a few other aspects to it as well that gold doesn't have, even though I do like gold. The government
Gold.
has never banned silver and said you must turn it in. They have
right.
done that with gold. That's the
Yeah,
Yeah.
only negative. So when they go to their what's that four initial for the crypto dollar CDBC or whatever the hell that it is? Um,
Oh, oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
thought it was U.S. something D.
No, it's CDBC or something like that. But
Oh, that
once it,
okay. There's a couple of them now, though. There's the with the stable coins. Is that the one you're
no,
talking about?
no. This would be replacing the physical U.S. dollar for the
Oh, the one that
government's
I'm
digital
very
dollar.
against. The one I'm completely against going to.
yeah.
But
I'm not.
right, that
I'm,
everybody should be because then the government knows everything that you're doing at all times, and
Exactly. They want
whatever
to get
that
rid
you
of cash
buy,
completely.
correct. Which they're going to do the same for try to get rid of gold as well. They'll try to do the same for silver, but silver has industrial value, so it won't be hit as much. There's a lot of different commodities that are good to buy. If you look over the last year, uranium has done quite well. Um,
Palladium. Used to
now, if
love
you
palladium. You can
not
get hold of
palladium,
it.
uranium.
uranium.
No, I know, but I used to love palladium.
Yeah,
It
palladium
did really well for
was good.
years.
It did, and the price of your catalytic converters went through the roof, and now they've kind of gone back down.
Uh-huh.
But um, but yeah, uranium had a great run this year. I wish it would have been on that. I wish it would have been on Bitcoin for this last run up.
For this last jump up,
It's starting to
what's
go
it at
back
now?
60, 60s, I think. I think it hit 70 something and now it's
It hit
backing down.
72,000, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now it's back down in the 60s. And
But
what's
still, that's
interesting,
way up from where it was.
In the
It's at
30s.
67.8 right now.
yeah.
I just looked it up.
But what's
E-
interesting is it was cryptos were
Ethereum's up
supposed.
too.
Yeah, if you look at like Bitcoin, it was supposed to be digital gold, but it doesn't behave like gold because um, every time that the S&P 500 starts to roll over, crypto rolls over with it. So instead
Hmm.
of being, opposite of that and going up when the market goes down, it doesn't do that. So what's interesting is when the market has that big crash that we all know that's coming this year, you're going to
Yep.
see crypto drop way down again, and then hopefully my nat gas would have jumped up so I can get out and then get back into that.
Same. What kills me is I know why Bitcoin jumped. It had a half.
Yeah, the
It did
halving
a
coming
halving.
up, and you
Yeah,
also had the Bitcoin ETF.
right. So that's why the jump happened. And I didn't realize, I really wish I had known it was going to happen. I'd have sunk everything into it for just, a couple days. If I had known a couple days before, I could have done it.
I had sold all my Bitcoin to get into nat gas. And you know what happened with nat gas. And if I would have stayed in Bitcoin, I would have tripled.
Yeah, that's just what happens. I
It does.
I still have a little bit of Bitcoin, but it's not enough to say so. It was like a point zero zero something of a Bitcoin. So I have like $350 worth of Bitcoin still,
Nice.
even after the jump. And it's
Yes.
just because I'd left it in my wallet, never pulled it out, and never cashed it in. So
Going into the chill area, turn on the heat in there because I'm done working in the shop and it's getting cold.
is it getting cold there?
Oh, hell yeah, it's getting cold.
See,
Metal building.
it's
It gets
at 58
cold.
here outside. So outside to me is shorts and t-shirt weather still.
As my wife says, I'm a big baby, so I don't like getting cold.
It was
Easier
cold,
than
cold
turbo,
down here.
easier to tune.
I think what I'm going to do is actually close up the shop and walk into the house. Let me do that.
The house. Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question. What wireless router is that you had on your computer's desk with the big red ears on it?
Oh, and I just had a big ear fall off. TP Link.
Okay. So it's because I know they're getting rid of those antenna on most of the new ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm running the TP Link Deco system right now, so I'm just running a mesh system, and I like it because I got a newer one, not the newest, but it's a Wi-Fi 6 one, and it works pretty well.
Night, Bama.
Night,
Bama.
This camera.
I hate being hot too, Trout.
It is chilly.
It was like 48 degrees here the other morning.
It
Wow.
was 20 something here the other morning, Tuesday morning to be exact. So yesterday morning, it was frozen, but it warmed up to like 60 something, and then today it was 74. The highest I saw it get.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow it's supposed to be 74 again. How have I been? I've been okay. I just living the dream, working all day and coming home and watching TV and not being able to do the stuff I want to do. I
We'll be
walk through
there
my
again.
garage every day, getting out of my car, walk through my garage and look at my car and see it and just want to work on it, but know that if I try, I will hurt myself and I will not heal. So
Yeah.
I end up not doing it.
So you got another surgery scheduled or what?
No, I don't. We're waiting to see what happens. So like I said, I talked to the doctor today or the nurse, and they're like, it can get worse before it gets better after the injection. And because it's gotten worse, actually, the pain in my leg, the nerve pain got a little bit worse after the injection.
Hey, Nate.
So we're waiting to see if in another week or so, if it doesn't get better, I'm screwed. I had him redo my Neurontin for my nerve pain, so I can have more of that because I was down to one pill. I had one pill, the one I'd take tonight, left, and that was it. It's just so irritating. It's a pain that hurts. Late at night, it makes me shake. It hurts so bad, and in the mornings, when I don't when the pills wear off, it's such a bad pain in my leg.
I tell you, Pink, I know nerve pain and bone pain are two of the most extreme pain I've ever felt.
Yeah, they are bad. It's like it's hard to explain too. It's kind of numb, but it hurts. And my leg cramps have started coming back, waking me up at night. The one thing that I really wanted the surgery for, my dogs went in. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Heard one.
You should get Boss Man to massage your calves at night and you'll sleep better.
Come on, Blue.
Either that or smoke a joint and go to bed.
Yeah. Victor Xavier, the professor. I hope you had a wonderful birthday, my friend.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday again, Victor.
Happy birthday, Vic.
Siblizzy.
Was it today?
So,
I'll
Paperwork
call.
done. Hit the hay. Have a good night, Sublime.
I'll call
so
you up later,
Pinks,
my nizzy.
so Pinks, they just give you a shot in your back coming up, or when does that
I
happen?
just I had one. So Monday was a week. So it's been 9 days now
Since you've
since I
had
had
the
the
shot
shot.
and you don't feel nothing?
I don't feel better. It felt worse actually. Over after about a week, it started feeling worse.
Oh,
Um,
damn.
I actually started feeling a bit more pain in my back too. But like I said, I talked to the doctor or the nurse today, and they're like, "Well, it can get like that. That it can happen to where it gets worse before it gets better because of the way the steroids work." Um, they didn't tell me that before I got the shot, and I've never had a shot make me feel worse before.
I've
But
Huh.
never heard that. My mom's had several of them, and she has it, and then a few days later, she's so much better.
I know I've had that before too. I've had shots before, but I've never had back surgery before. And they had to go in between some of the new screws and stuff to inject it where they needed to. So that's the reason they're saying it might be getting worse is because it's not all natural stuff in there, and it's like moving things around a little bit.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm just hoping I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and hope that in a week I feel better. And if I could at least get it to where it was, because the pain had subsided enough to where I was sleeping better at night. But now I'm cramping. I'm getting leg cramps again, and that is the worst thing. I mean, it's leg cramps that you can't stop. There's nothing you can do about them. They're like on the top of your foot, and the
Oh,
front of your shins, and in the calves. And it's like the only thing I can do is stand up and hope that helps. Um, and it's so annoying, and it happens at about 4:30 in the morning or earlier.
man.
Can they
And I've been out.
desensitize the nerve or no?
That would probably be the next thing. And I don't. The problem with that is it also makes you lose a little bit of use of your legs,
Yeah, I know.
and I don't know that I want that. I think I'd
Yeah.
rather have the use of my legs, and once I'm healed better, then I can actually use my back again to get back working on my cars again because I need to get them done.
You and
At
me
least I need to
both.
get one of them done. Now, I'd love to have my Focus running so that, if nothing else, at Fort Takeover, I could bring the Focus back up there like I did 2 years ago. The Mustang probably will not be done before then. But if I can get the Focus done, it'll be a much faster Focus at that point. It's still not a drag car, but it'll be faster
It's
and
fun.
louder. And it's fun. It's such a fun car when it's running at like 400 horsepower at the wheels and 400 torque to match. It is just a fun little machine.
Fun.
With the suspension I'm putting on it, and it should be really nice.
Heck yeah.
Other dog's
Nathan,
gonna come in.
Nathan, how you feeling down there?
I am doing all right.
Good.
What's the newest and greatest?
Uh, well, you were talking about trying to not spend so much money. I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, me either.
I'm looking around this garage and I'm like, I spent everything I made this month, every last penny, and I
In your
still
truck?
don't think I'm. You name it, it's been spent. Yes, mostly my truck. My wheels. What's that?
Say again, T.
I'll be right back. Here. Hope you got mad at me again and left.
You're talking about Nate with the paint for your truck.
Paint. I did. I had like a gap because I had to prime everything again, so I had to let it sit, let it cure, so it didn't shrink back on me after I paint. So I did. I knew I had a wheel cylinder going bad. No, yeah, I had a wheel cylinder that leaked, and I was like, well, I know I'm gonna have to deal with the brakes, so we'll put new brakes on it, and we'll go ahead and replace the wheel cylinders. I pulled the hub off the other side. The hub seal was junk, sprayed fluid everywhere. It was like all the rear end fluid was on my brakes. and missing out of the rear end. So I did both hub seals, all new brakes, wheel cylinders on both sides, new e-brake cables, all new hardware kit, all new self-adjusters, and refilled the rear end.
Wow.
What was that? You did what to your rear end?
I had
I
a
heard you.
leaky.
I'm joking.
Oh, and I got new drums. This doing drum brakes, it's ridiculous how much it costs to do brakes on these things anymore.
I hate drum brakes.
I don't even care about doing them. Like I'm not a fan of them either, but I sure ain't a fan of paying for them. I'd rather pay for calipers. I almost did a caliper conversion kit.
They are expensive. Drum brakes are expensive, especially if you have to rebuild them.
$490 I have wrapped up in drums.
Oh, Jesus.
$200 in drums. The shoes were like $40. The hardware kits, the adjusters. I will say the hub seals were absolutely ridiculous. They were $44 a piece
Oh, that's
for each hub.
ridiculous.
I went, it's a seal. Why is it so expensive?
Because they can.
Yeah. And then I had a set of e-brake cables, but they're at my dad's 6 hours away. And I went, well, I'm not waiting for those. I want this project done. So I bought new e-brake cables. So now I got to set on the shelf if I ever need them again. But
There you
that's done. So, and then I got my new wheels. My wheels finally came. Ordered them in November. They showed up last week. So here they
Let's
are. Yeah.
Now let's full screen
Amazing.
here.
The prices, because I'm thinking when I ran a Midas years and years and years ago, I remember
I think you were
you
showing
would
us.
get,
There we go.
you would get seals for $8-10 each.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice welds. Those are beautiful.
Very nice.
Those are. What are the size on those?
1995 and 1911.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those are
Wow.
good looking. I had a set like that on my truck.
Those are
Yeah.
expensive. I can't afford those.
These are the cheap ones. These aren't those S71s that are $4,500 that you run on a drag
No,
car.
they're still no. You got to understand. I think $1,000 wheels are expensive.
Same here.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty hard to get a set of wheels for that unless you go to Marketplace.
I'm just talking
It
the
sucks.
wheels I have on the back of my Mustang right now. Just the two wheels. That was $2,200. So
It's
I
more than
didn't
I
pay
would.
that much for them, thank God. But that's what they would have cost retail.
I know with mine, and I'm just running 17s, but I think the 10.5s in the back were $400 for the set, and then $350 for the fronts, and I thought that was a lot of money.
That's what they that's what the tires cost.
Hey,
for me.
Yellowhammer.
I was just looking at them right before I got
So
on.
I was
Wow.
just. I have the Oh God, I can't remember what the brand is anymore. The wheels I have on the rear of my Mustang right now, the beadlocks, are 11. Well, they're 1100 for the. It might be 1100 for the set.
You have the VMSs, don't you?
No, I don't have. I had VMS fronts, which are the skinnies, but I don't want. I need to sell those, and those are actually pretty cheap. I'm trying to. I'd like to get $1,900 to $1,000 for those with the brand new tires on them.
You had the 5 spokes in the rear with the beadlocks. They were Forge Stars?
Ford Stars, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're about 1100 a set, and I have 2 sets of those. But I think total I paid for both sets was less than $1,100 because I got one set for 50, and then the other set I got a really good deal on. I think I paid $500 for them.
I searched and searched for months. The problem is everybody buys weld wheels, and this is like one of like 4 options I was willing to put on this cart because everybody does all black. I hate all black wheels. I have to have the machine aluminum, or they're going to be all aluminum.
I do like the machine aluminum. That's why that's one thing I like about my Ford Stars is they have the silver and the black. But
Yeah.
like Proline just said, tires have doubled in price in the last couple of years. They really have.
Yep.
It is crazy.
But
yes,
I looked.
all car parts are expensive.
Yep. And I looked and looked and looked, hoping maybe I'll run across the set. The problem is everybody buys weld as drag wheels. I didn't want a drag set. Everybody's got the skinny up front, the 15 or 17 in the back. I didn't want that. I wanted a factory 19. I wanted to keep a 19.
I wish I could run a 15 in the back on my Mustang, but I'm not willing to sacrifice that much brake.
I don't know if a 15 will. I think a 15 will fit the back of my car. I'm not sure.
Maybe yours, but not mine.
Yeah,
My
yours no.
2016, and I have smaller brakes because I have bare brakes on there because I bought. Well, I don't have them on there yet. I need to put those on. I have the stock brakes on the rear of my Mustang, but I have some bare brakes to go on there that'll fit with the 17s because I bought the Willwoods to match the fronts, but they wouldn't fit with the 17, so I couldn't put them on.
And maybe it's a 17. It was just I kept finding drag setups, and I didn't want
I
them. I'm
wanted
like, I
a
don't want to
15
drag.
because I wanted a sidewall that could actually move.
You wanted them for
Um,
drag racing. I wanted.
yeah,
I didn't feel that was going to fit my need. I drive the car. I don't really go to the drag strip. Not saying I won't, but I don't want to drive my car most of the time on a drag setup that I will never
exactly.
probably
So
ever use.
I have I have I have 4 sets of rear wheels for my car. So,
If
but my car is not. It's not insured anymore because it only goes to the drag strip. It doesn't have a tag anymore. I just took the sticker. I actually scraped the sticker off carefully and put it on a piece of paper to take it to the DMV, which is the courthouse here, and turn it in so that I didn't get a $250 fine for not having insurance on a tagged car because they weren't
ours will
getting.
do
I
it
have
too.
a personalized plate, so I wouldn't give them my plate. I paid extra for that, so I get to keep it. No, I'm not heading to Ponies in the Smokies as much as I would love to. My Mustang is not a road car anymore. I kind of wish it was. I'm torn. I want to make it faster. I want to make it go, but when I do get around to getting the transmission off, which is a pain in the ass with my exhaust setup. Um, Once I get that off and see what the issue is, if it's so bad that I have to, I'm gonna stock that thing. If it's that bad, I'm gonna just stock it. I'm gonna get rid of I have everything go back to stock. The exhaust will stay what it is because it just sounds good, but the Whipple will go away. Um, I just, I'll sell it and I'll just make it a road car again because I really like my Mustang. It's a really comfortable car. It it gets decent for a V8 when it's just running normal. It gets great gas mileage.
Mine
They
does
do.
too.
They do get great gas mileage.
If
I
you
think
don't put your foot into it, it gets great gas mileage. So I don't know about that, but I've heard it gets
mine
great gas
does.
mileage.
I drove mine from here to North Carolina and back, and I got
I would
22 or 23 out of it.
so when mine was stock, mostly stock, I had a little bit of a tune on it. I could get 26 to 28 on that thing on the highway. Easy. Because once you put it in 6th gear and your cruise control's on, you're not doing it. It's using nothing. But
The best.
as it
Yep.
sits now, it never gets to 5th or 6th gear because even driving on the road, it bogs it down too much with the Whipple on it. So the overdrives are bad, and it's a double overdrive because
Yeah.
4th is your 1-to-1.
Yep. It's
So
amazing. Like we talk
bad at
about
10
trying.
speed. Oh my God.
Everybody talks about having the gear ratios on first, second, third, fourth. I talked to a guy I worked with. He's got a '69 Camaro convertible, and he's going to. I think is he going to? Is he putting? I think he's putting a Tremec in it.
Nice.
And he was looking. There was a couple options for his, and he went with the one with higher overdrive. And I looked at it, and I went, "That's a pretty shitty gear ratio." He's like, "I only drive it on the highway." He never beats the car. He just drives it
Yeah.
around town
Hey,
in high gear.
that's great. If you
I'm
can
like,
do
I
it,
wish
do
I
it.
had your life.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got to beat on my cars. I'm sorry. They've got to get some power out. Now, I could turn it back. So, a couple things I could do. One, I could get rid of uh, the oversized pulley on the bottom. If I went to stock size, that would definitely lower the power. I could change the upper. I could go to a much smaller upper. Be a lot more controllable. And turn it back into a daily driver, even with the Whipple on it. And it would still get decent gas mileage because if I did it that way, I could probably get it to where I didn't have to run E85 in it. That's the only thing it can run right now. It has to run E85 because of the way it's set up. So I I don't know. I must be able to just put regular gas in it. Although regular gas to me is the highest octane rating you can buy. At
What,
just,
110?
93 here. No,
Oh.
93 at a regular gas station. Oh God,
Oh,
no.
okay.
So I run E85, which is approximately 110. It has a very high octane rating because it needs all that octane with the way it's set up because of having the oversized pulley at the bottom. You know,
Yeah.
it's got the 10 rib kit on it. I don't need all that. I could go back, if I wasn't drag racing it, but I want it to be fast. Problem is the way it's set up with the transmission, it won't take off for nothing. I can't launch in first gear. It just spins the tires. And I
Ride the
have
tires.
331s. My rear end is 331. It shouldn't do that. It blisters the tires and then just keeps spinning when I switch to second gear. If I start in second gear, I can get a good launch, but it's slow.
Now, does your
It's
car?
crazy.
I don't know exactly how these cars work with certain things. So, does your car have launch control?
It does, but I don't use it because
Okay, but it has it.
I have a two-step on mine now. I
Oh yeah,
switched
I
to I
forgot.
put an MSD two-step in it. The launch control built in has a problem that if you use it, it bogs down. As soon as it launches, it bogs down. It kicks in traction control. So I actually unhook the traction control in the ABS so they don't work at all.
Right.
I unplug them because if I don't, it won't work right. So those are unplugged. It's a little plug that is normally under your air cleaner, but because my air cleaner's not there, it's a plug right there in that corner. Yeah, unplug it. I stick it in the hole. The MSD two-step runs at about 4,200 RPM because I'm launching in second gear. And I just do a hard launch in second gear, but I'd still get a crappy 60-foot time, which leads to crappy 8-mile times. I have never had it on the quarter mile to see what it would do in the second half. Because I launch in second, I hit third, and I cross the finish line.
You're just starting to get on it with that car.
I'm not even getting into the power.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
not
that
even
many
getting into the
speed.
power, and I'm never hitting fourth gear. I put it into fourth just to change gears, just to see what it would do, and I just get lower times. That's all. It just slows it down because I'm putting it in too early. But I've never been on the quarter mile with it. But now it's it doesn't run, so it doesn't
And
move.
what tires are you running again?
Well, it depends on what I feel like running. I can either I'm running 315s. Both sizes are 315s. They're wide. They're super wide tires, but I have radials and I have bias plies. I have the ET Street R's. The ET Street R's. I have the bias ply version, and then I have my radials, which are my old what are they? The NTO 555 or whatever R's.
Yeah.
And then I also have a set of the ET Street R's that are radials because I have both sets. The radials were originally for my wife's car. They've hardly ever been driven on. They need to be used this year, but I'm going to have to remount them because when she had them mounted, they got mounted as regular just beads, and I'm going to de-bead them and put one in the bead lock. I think you're right, Victor. I would have been. Had the ESS kit been out before I bought that Whipple, and you have to understand, I bought that Whipple for like $5,000 with the 10 rib kit and the
Yeah,
fuel system. Yeah,
you got a deal
I
on
bought
that.
it used. I bought it used. It was off of 2018, so that's why that's the reason I had Ken put it in because it came off of 2018, so I knew it was going to need parts, and it did. Unfortunately, Whipple doesn't sell parts individually. They sell kits. So that cost me a little bit more, but still, between buying the Whipple and having him install it was less than you'd normally pay for a Whipple.
So what tires are stickier than what you have right now?
I don't have anything stickier than what I have right now.
No, but do they make tires that are stickier in your
No,
size?
no, they don't. I have some of the stickiest tires you can buy for what I run. And if I wanted to run some no prep, the last time I ran no prep, the problem was I had the wrong tires on. I had what I run now for prep. If I had run my no prep tires, I would have been fine. I
So,
have I have really sticky tires. The problem is as wide as my tires are, I'm running 315s, which are wider than a lot of what people run, that blow me away because they get better traction because they're not putting out as much power.
I
Which
spend, the reason why I ask on tires, I mean, I got 315s on the back of mine and I spin them no problem. And
on a
I'm
prep
half the
surface,
horsepower that you are. No, no,
yeah, I'm
just
talking
on
on a
the
prep
straight.
surface. I will spin these things like I'm on ice if I start
Wow.
in first gear. If I
Yeah.
start in first gear, and the problem is once you start spinning in first, when you switch to second, it just keeps the spin going. I have slid. I have literally gone down the track here when it was prepped really nicely, more than I knew it was, because I spun through 3 gears, first, second, third, spun the entire way down the track.
Ouch.
Now, once I learned to start and put that two-step on and learn to start it in second gear, it gets traction at 4,200 RPM on the launch and just takes off, but it's still slow compared to what it would do in first gear because it's the gearing's wrong.
Right.
Yeah, it makes a ton of torque down. My torque isn't that high for this car. It's not. So when it was dynoed or when it was tuned, it was tuned on the dyno. It was 902 horsepower, but there's only like 683 torque. That's really low torque numbers
You
compared to
could,
what like the F-150 engine would get of the same year. The F-150 engine, the torque would be much closer to where the horsepower is because of the cams.
yeah, it sounds like you need to switch over to a Sentry, but I know that's expensive.
Yeah, if I could, I would. I'd
Yep.
love an ESS kit because it's much more controllable. I'd actually personally, I'd rather have a turbo. I love turbos,
Yeah.
but they're a pain in the ass and they're just as expensive. And to buy them would cost as much as the Whipple did brand new, and I didn't pay brand new prices. Had I known, so the guy who sold me the Whipple actually had a TH400 kit for the car. But he didn't offer it to me until the day after I'd made the payment and shipped off my transmission to get built.
Mm.
Had he offered it to me 2 days before that, it'd be on a TH400 already.
And that would have been a much better setup.
And he offered it to me for almost the same price as I paid for that rebuild,
Ouch.
like maybe $1,000 more. And that's it. And that would have been and that's a lot because that's a transmission, a converter,
All the wiring,
flex
probably all that
plate.
stuff.
There's no wiring. There's no wiring because it's TH400.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah.
It's
My
the
bad.
flex plate, the converter, and he had a diode converter too, which was a nicer one. Instead of the Sprag or the Spragless, it was the diode, which is what
right.
I'd go with nowadays. And the drive shaft and the what's that end piece called that the drive shaft hooks in the not
The
the
yoke.
pistol, but yeah. So all that for like $1,000 more than I paid for the upgrade.
Ouch.
Yeah, a TH400 with that Whipple, I'd be pulling probably eights or low nines in the quarter. And on the eighth, I couldn't even tell you. I'm doing sixes. I'm doing high sixes now, so I'd probably doing fives.
Yeah, for sure.
You'd have to
I think
cage
my
your
best
car.
has been a 682, and before the Whipple, my best was like a 9 something,
Wow.
and then my best quarter mile was a 12.2 stock with a tune. Stock with a tune. I had an 18 intake, which was my only upgrade at that point.
It'd be interesting if you found someone that would even trade a Sentry for the Whipple. They want more power, you want a little bit less, but you want a Sentry.
Yeah, I'd love to have one of those ESS or that other. There's another kit that Steve Morris has on Sugar Mama. He's got a double one. Sugar Mama's got a double one though. I can't. It torque something. Really nice looking though. But yeah, the one thing I like about the centrifugal ones, is the fact that they can have blow off valves and stuff, so you can control them more like a turbo.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot less parasitic drain too.
yeah. Well, the parasitic drain is very, very little on those new Whipples. The Whipples are really, really good. Um, it's amazing how much power it puts out at low RPM. I I was surprised. Like I had trouble when I first started driving it, like just driving it on the road before it when it was still road legal, taking off just from a stop sign, just trying to get it to move without spinning the tires, without sliding sideways, which happened the first couple of times after I wasn't driving in it with Ken in the car with me. It that thing moved. It has so much power down low, so much torque. Um, it's hard to make it take off. And you also have to remember I have the RXT clutch, which is the twin disc clutch from McLeod, and that also makes it a little harder to drive normal. Because it's not an easy clutch. The damn thing weighs. I mean, the foot pressure you have to put, even with the hydraulics, the foot pressure it requires to use that clutch is a lot. It's a lot more than it was stock.
Is that why people like them? Because they're used to the old cable-driven hard ones.
Oh,
Because
I love
everybody
the old.
buys a McLeod, and I'm like, why
I
do you
love the
need
old cable-driven
a?
ones.
Everybody wants it. They're like, it's a dual disc. It's great. I'm like, it's a stock Mustang, and you're going to put an intake and a tune on it. Why does it need a
I would
dual?
never put this on a stock Mustang ever.
Everybody does, and I have no clue why. I did the Exetti
Exity,
Mach 500. Yeah, Exetti.
I had one of those on my car. That's what I had when I was stock. I loved it. It was a great clutch. That was
It's just like
perfect.
stock to me, except it feels like
Exactly.
it should.
It was stock, but it felt better.
Mm-hmm.
And
It did make noise.
Exactly. My stock at 24,000 miles, my stock one went out. When I took it apart, half of it was gone. The one side that I think the flywheel side was gone, had nothing left, completely stripped.
Wow.
And that was at 24,000 miles, which they don't cover it because it's a wear part. But I replaced it myself and I put that Exity in there. Oh my god, that felt so much better.
My
I
original
love
clutch still looked like brand new. When I pulled it out, it had
Lucky you.
30,000. I pulled it out, and I'm like, it's got somewhere, but it's not too bad. But
You know what was really
had
funny?
hot spots.
Oh, mine had. I almost had my. I almost. It was bad enough where I probably should have turned my flywheel. It was bad. I don't know why it was so. Well, it's probably because I drive like a maniac. I'm an idiot. But it was funny when I took the clutch out. I take it out, and like the half space is just all metal, and the other side's got plenty of puck left on it, right? Plenty of carbon. But the one side on the flywheel side was just gone. And it was all lying in the bottom of the bell housing. It was all there, just falling apart. It fell apart. I think it was just a bad one. But I looked at it and it said "Made in Turkey." And what's funny is the day after I took that out, guess where I was?
Turkey.
You got it. I was in Turkey doing a job.
Did you
It
complain?
was fun. I thought that was so funny when I took that out. I was like, "Made in Turkey." I'm like, "Oh, that's where I'm heading tomorrow."
The irony in that.
Did
I
you
just
take it
thought it was
with and
hilarious.
did you take it with and say you guys don't know how
No,
to
I
make a
did not.
clutch?
I did not. Because I wasn't going to the same area of the country. It was made in a different area of the country. I was right on the Sea of Marmara there. Very, very beautiful place. God, we had such a good time there.
Hey, Pinks, when I was with Border Patrol, our uniforms made in Mexico. I said, how ironic that I am catching undocumented aliens from Mexico made in the clothing that they made for me. The irony of that.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what the power is more linear. Okay, so when I was tracking my car, the power of the Whipple is way more linear. When I was tracking my car, it was still stock. I would have loved to have had a Whipple on it without the oversized lower, the balance.
The overdrive pulley or something.
Yeah, the overdrive pulley. if it had been a normal size, it would have been much better. But oh my God, tracking that car, it would have been great to have that Whipple on there. But a centrifugal is better for like the drag strip and just daily driving. But oh my God, tracking, yes, this Whipple would have been amazing. But my car's not set up for the track anymore. It's set up for the drag strip. My Focus is set up for the track. And my
Right.
Focus, when I get done with it, if I ever can get back out there and work on it again, will be an amazing track car, like my old one was. My old one was an amazing track car. That thing was so nice. The only reason my track times in the Mustang were faster than the Focus was because in the straightaways, the longer straightaways on the tracks I were on, the Mustang could get up to speed faster and higher. Instead of hitting like 130 to 135 top end, it would hit 150
Yeah.
easily, not a problem, and it would do it quickly. So it would. That's where the Mustang's top speed in the straightaways is what gave it my faster track times, because it did not corner near as well as the Focus does, but it cornered way better than I thought it would. And after learning how to drive it correctly, it cornered even better. If you ever watch my videos of me going up Maryhill loops, you could see some good ones. You can even see one where I almost went off the track, which was really bad. That was it was good though. It was a great video.
I'm
But,
interested to know what my car will do whenever I have tires that aren't hockey pucks. My tires are
hockey puck
9
sucks.
years old.
Oh, tires that are 9 years old should be in the trash. That's where those should be.
Well, I wanted wheels and I refused to buy tires.
You do
Knowing-
know that at 6 years old, tires lose integrity
Oh yeah,
because of
there's
dry rot. And the dry
there's-
rot may not be seen on the outside, but it is on the inside.
it's-
Tires
it-
start dry rotting at about 5.5 years.
I can
So
see the
look
dr-
at your
I can
dot
see the
numbers.
dry rot. I can see
Yeah.
the dry rot in between the treads on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look
They're
at your
small,
dot numbers.
but when you're
If your tire is 6 years or older and it's something you do something with other than just daily driving, think about replacing them.
well, I got my wheels now, so that'll get tires now.
Yeah.
I know I day coded them. 3 of them are from the 33rd week from 15.
Oh crap. That's almost 10 years old now. That's 9. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's what I said. 9 years old, and then
What
one of
kind of
them was
tires
day
are they?
coded 16. Michelin Super Sports.
Hey, at least they're Michelins. So those are actually some of their better ones, but still, it doesn't matter. The
They're
rubber they
so
use dry rot.
well. It's dry. You can see that it's dry rotting on the inside. They're not real bad, but they're fine cracks. But when you do a burnout in a car, it leaves zero rubber on the road and it produces no smoke. And I've gone all the way to 3rd gear in it, and it leaves no marks and it produces no
Oh, yeah,
smoke. I said I have nothing but ice skates on my car.
But Pilot Super Sports,
Mhm.
they're all like that. They don't smoke.
I was
They
shocked.
hardly ever smoke.
I was like,
And
these
I
things
have
are
brand
like
new ones
hockey
that didn't
pucks.
smoke on Pilot Super Sports. My Continental smoke much better.
Not that it makes a difference. It's just it was the first tire. I'm like, these tires are old, and I know that has to be why.
It is one reason. The older they get, the less smoke they put out.
They put
you know, it's funny.
nothing.
It was funny that like my Nittos that I had, my drag radials, they didn't smoke at all. I didn't care how high RPM I got them on the burnout pad after the water box. They didn't smoke. They were a no smoke tire. I always thought I didn't get a good burnout because I didn't smoke. And I was like, well, you know, with my new tires, the ones I have now, I didn't think they were smoking at first, but then once I got them into gear and got the RPM up, yeah, they do smoke. They smoke like a mother. But the knitters never did that. And I'd put them at
Interesting.
5,000 RPM and they never did that. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was
They're
a big contributor to this was buying these wheels. I said I need tires. These went 20% off and on Black Friday, and I went, forget it. I'm not going to
What
get
kind
them
of
any
tires are you
cheaper.
going to put on it?
So I was just looking. I'm going to put. It depends on the size.
Falcon?
If I go to 305, and no, I'm not running Falcons. I'm putting Michelin's back on it, either Super
Okay.
Sports or 4S's, or they're going to get caught in that all extreme contacts.
Extreme contacts is my call between those two. I love the 4S's, but you'll wear them out so quick. The Extreme Contacts will last longer, and they're such a good tire.
For the
love
miles I put on it, I'll need tires before I wear them out. That's my problem. I put
Mm-hmm.
6,000 miles on this car in the 2 years I've owned it.
Well,
So
I love my Continentals. In fact, most everything I have out in my garage right now, except for say my the drag radials, are almost all Continentals. I have some Michelin still out there, but they're old and they're worn out and they're getting ready to be replaced with the Contact Forces. If you know what those are, that's the ones that Continental made with Hoosier. So they got Hoosier rubber on them with a Continental mix, and those are root course tires. That's what's going to go on my Koenigs. That's what's going on the Focus, but not for daily driving.
Hey guys,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
Those are
take.
those are. Is that Mike?
You getting off, Mike?
Yeah, I gotta get some
Hey
sleep.
Mike, get to bed, man.
Get it
Hey,
off.
Thanks for
Good night,
having me. You
Mike.
guys have a good
hey,
night.
it's been 2
Night,
hours.
Mike.
We're going to shut this down anyway.
Sleep well,
Yeah.
Michael.
All right, thanks guys.
I think 2 hours on a weeknight is a pretty good one, especially as late as I start this. I do have
Yes,
to get up
sir.
in the morning.
I
And I
thank
have
you
a
for
couple
having me
things.
on, Pinks.
Thanks for having
Hey,
me, Pinks.
AT, you are welcome anytime, and I'm hoping that
Absolutely.
either you can come up here, or I can get down there to visit with you before too long.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to come up there when you're starting to feel a little bit better and you feel like you can turn some wrenches or give me some guidance, and I figure out
I can
exactly
turn
what my
wrenches right now. I can't move things. That's
yeah
my problem. I need
my
help moving things.
yeah.
But
Well, I
when
gotta
you get some time off or have a good weekend, you want to come up here, just let me
yeah
know, and I will make space for you.
for
We've
sure.
got
Yeah, I
an
just gotta
extra
get this.
bedroom. We only have one bathroom, but we got an
It's
extra
all right.
bedroom.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what this training schedule is. They might not send me off to this academy if I can get my if Border will send over my stuff saying I passed all the business. So
Later,
working
Mike.
on that. But if I got to go to 8 weeks to Little Rock, Arkansas, I'll go 8 weeks to Little Rock, just
Hey, look,
trying to get it
I
all
like
figured
Little
out.
Rock, so I probably wouldn't be too against that. Little Rock is a fun place.
Yes, sir. Get it all figured out. We'll get up there and we'll get that Focus put back together.
Man, if I had my kid still here, I'd probably already have it done. But his dumbass moved back to Washington, and now he's paying for that. So,
Yes, sir. We'll
but
get you squared up.
hey, no problem, no problem. I just want to hang out with you. I don't care about working on shit. I just
Yes,
like
sir.
to hang out.
Hell yeah.
But y'all have a good evening. We've
Yes,
had
sir.
really good conversations tonight about everything between old men getting old and cars. So that's all I ask for.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're listening, I didn't mean to offend you earlier. I really didn't. I was just kind of joking with you. But hey, that's the way it is. So come on back if you want to.
It's Wednesday. He's a little sensitive on Wednesdays.
Whatever. I didn't mean to offend him, but I guess I did. He didn't understand I was joking. And I can get that because I've been that way myself. I've been on the other side.
Yes, sir.
I take it sometimes, and sometimes I don't. So hopefully we'll see him again in the next one. But thanks for coming in, Nate.
Yep.
T,
Thanks for having me.
Mike,
Catch you all
Yes,
later.
sir.
Salty, if you're still here, thanks for coming in earlier. I appreciate it. You guys have been great, and we're going to end this one. And I am out of here.
All
Later.
right. Good night, brother. Good night. Good night, Nathan. Good night, everybody.
And are we out yet? Oh no, I had